Good morning, children. Today I will be teaching you the next chapter, that is chapter 2, Geographic Grid, Latitudes and Longitudes. Now, as the chapter's name is Geographic Grid, let me explain you what does the term geographic grid stands for. Now, on this map of the world, you will see a lot of lines running vertically and horizontally. Now, these are lines of latitude and longitude. So, all these lines which are running vertically, they are lines of longitude. And all the lines which are running horizontally, they are called latitude. So, these lines of latitude and longitude, they form a framework on the globe or a map, and these together are called geographic grid. Now, this definition is given in the text which I have uploaded. Now, in coming to the second paragraph, Erastus's, the Greek philosopher who had for the first time calculated the circumference of the earth, had devised lines of latitude and longitude to locate places on the earth. And these important reference line help us to locate places, make various kind of calculation, indicate directions and show many other features. So actually this grid system was developed by Erastus, who thought it will be easier for to understand or locate a place, or any kind of calculation could be done. Now the next thing is the lines of latitude. Now I explained you that all the lines which run horizontally, they are called lines of latitude. Now just follow the text. The first and second point will tell you the definition of a latitude. It is written, lines of latitude are imaginary lines joining odd places having the same latitudes towards north or south of the equator, or latitude is the angular distance of a place north or south of the equator. So all the horizontal lines are called latitudes. Now, these latitudes are marked in degrees, and equator being the 0 degree. Latitudes are calculated according to the angle a place makes with the center of the earth. The next point is important. All these lines of latitude, you see this picture of a globe and you will see that these lines of latitude are parallel to each other. They don't join at any place, and that is why latitudes are called parallel of latitudes. Now each parallel of latitude is a full circle, but equator, that is a 0 degree latitude, is a great circle. Now equator is called a great circle because it divides the earth into two equal halves. The lines of latitude are not of equal length and become smaller as we move towards the pole. Now, when these line of latitudes we draw on the map, when they move towards the north and the south, they are not of equal length. They become smaller and smaller because of the shape of the earth. Now, this picture is showing you the important lines of latitude. Now, equator, 0 degrees. Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 degrees south. Sorry, it should be 23.5 degrees north. Then Tropic of Capricorn, 23.5 degrees south. Arctic Circle, 66.5 degrees north. Antarctic Circle, 66.5 degrees north. And the two ends, North Pole and the South Pole. Now this picture will be clear in the next picture which I'll be showing you. Now this is the text which I was explaining you, the important lines of latitude, that is equator. Then the North Pole, which is 90 degrees north of the equator. The South Pole, which is at an angular distance of 90 degrees south of the equator. Then we have Tropic of Cancer, which is represented by 23.5 degrees north. Tropic of Capricorn, 23.5 degrees south. The Arctic Circle represents 66.5 degrees north. The Antarctic Circle represents 66.5 degrees south. Then they've mentioned here northern and southern hemisphere. Now equator is the line which is 0 degree, and it is drawn at the center of the earth or at the center of the globe. Now this equator, it runs midway between the two poles and divides the earth into two equal hemispheres, northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. The length of the equator is equal to the circumference of the earth, or 40,077 kilometers. And they've given you here the last line, 1 degree angular distance is roughly equal to 111 kilometers. So they are drawn at a distance of 111 kilometers on the globe. Now, uses of latitude. So you have to only learn the headings, that latitudes are used to find the location of a place and to measure the distance of a place. Now this is the picture of latitudes and heat zones. Now these latitudes help us to divide the whole earth into different climatic zones. Now the first one is the torrid zone. Now this torrid zone lies between equator and Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 degrees north, and Tropic of Capricorn, 23.5 degrees south. The sun rays are direct over this area, so this is the hottest zone. The next one is the temperate zone. Now the temperate zone lies between Arctic Circle and Tropic of Cancer, Antarctic Circle and Tropic of Capricorn. Now in this zone, the climate is moderate. It is neither very hot nor very cold. And the last zone is the frigid zone. In the north, you will see that frigid zone lies between 66.5 degrees north, that is the Arctic Circle and the North Pole. And in the southern part of the globe, it lies between 66.5 degrees south and the South Pole. And these two zones are very, very cold because the temperatures here are very low, because the sun rays are very slanting. So they are not able to heat that much of area. Now children, whatever I've explained regarding the zones, I have uploaded the text and you have a picture above also, or you can consult this picture also and draw this picture in your copies, whichever you find it convenient. Now we come to the lines of longitude. Now all the vertical lines are called lines of longitude. So coming to the text, this is the definition. A longitude is the angular distance of a place east or west of the prime meridian. Now prime meridian is the 0 degree. Just like equator was 0 degree, the starting, the mark of the latitudes. Similarly, longitude, that is the prime meridian, is the 0 degree. And they've given you the definition of the prime meridian. The prime meridian is the longitude whose angular distance is defined as 0 degree. It passes through Greenwich near London. Now you will see this figure over here. The red line which is passing, this is the 0 degree prime meridian. It passes through the Greenwich near London. The lines to the west of Greenwich are marked as W or west, and those east of the Greenwich are suffixed with east. There are total 360 lines drawn at an interval of 1 degree. Now, latitudes are total 181. 90 plus 90, 0 to 90 degrees north and 0 to 90 degrees south plus equator. So 180 plus 1, that is equator, 181. And lines of longitude are 360 and they are drawn at an interval of 1 degree. Now these lines of longitude, they are also called meridians, meaning noon. So all the places on a particular meridian will have the noon at the same time. In this picture, you'll see all these are vertical lines and they converge, they meet at the poles. Now, when the sun shines at a particular longitude, the time is fixed on the basis of that, and that is why they are called meridians. all meridians of longitude converge at the poles. You will see they meet at the poles and are of equal length. The prime meridian is numbered as 0 degree. The others are numbered between 0 to 180 degree east or west. Now this line 180 degree east and west refer to the same meridian. Now 180 degree, when we start counting from 0 to 180 degree east and 0 to 180 degree west, this 180 degree is one and the same line. Thus 0 degree and 180 degree meridian together make a full circle around the earth. Coming to the second last point. The two diametrically opposite line makes a full circle are also known as the great circle. So I explained to you earlier that earth is a great circle because it divides the earth into two equal halves. And longitude, all the lines of longitude along with equator are called great circles because all the lines of longitude divide the earth into two equal halves. The distance between two lines of longitude is maximum at the equator, that is 111 kilometers. The distance decreases gradually as one moves towards the poles. So in this figure you will see that at equator, the distance of all the lines of longitude are 111 kilometers. Now, as one moves towards the pole, the distance between two lines of longitude gradually decrease because they are all meeting at the poles. They are not parallel, but they are meeting at the poles. And here some facts about lines of longitude are given. Now, this is the big text which I have uploaded from your book, which is showing the difference between lines of latitude and longitude, which you can learn. And then children, I will upload some questions for you as assignment, and I've marked some pages also so that it will be easier for you to remember and learn those answers. Thank you.